Merry Christmas. Today, on Christmas Eve, we'll start a series of book reading while singing. So, I'm going to read the summary of this book, and then it says, being a kid can really stink. And no one knows this better than Greg Heffley, who finds himself thrust in middle of school, where undersized weaklings share the hallways with kids who are taller, meaner, and already shaving. And now I will sing that. Being a kid can really stink, and nobody knows who's better than Greg Heffley, who finds himself thrust in the middle of school, where undersized weaklings share the hallways with kids who are taller, meaner, and already shaving. Yeah. And this book doesn't have chapters, but if it did, I would go by chapters. So, let's start. Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom actually went out to buy the things, I specifically told her to get one that didn't say diary on it. Great. All I need for some jerker to catch me, carrying around this book, around and get the wrong idea. Sissy punch. The other thing is, I want to clear up right away that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm gonna write down feelings and hear whatever, just crazy, so don't expect me to be Tuesday with this and Tuesday with that. Yeah. The only reason I agreed to do this at all is because figure later on when I'm rich, famous, I have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long. So this book is gonna come in handy. Gregory, tell us about your childhood. Were you always so smart and handsome? Here's my journal. Now shoot. Like I said, I'll be famous one day, but for now I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of morons. Oh, let me just say for the record thing, middle school is the dumbest idea ever invented. You got kids like me who haven't hit their growth spurt yet, mixing these gorillas, need to shave twice a day. And then they wonder why bullying is such a problem in middle school. If it was up to me, the grade levels would be based on height, not age. Then again, I guess that would mean kids that cry goop, so it's to be in first grade. Today's the first day of school, and right now we're just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish the seating together. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice. On the first day of school, you gotta be real careful what you say. Walk into the classroom, just plunk your stuff down on anyone's desk. Next thing you know, your teacher's saying, I hope you all like where you're sitting because you're all permit seats. Oh, permit seats. Ah! So then in class got stuck with Chris, Horsey in front of me, Lionel James in back of me. Jason Brill came late and almost sat right next to me, but luckily stopped that from happening at the last second. Is this seat taken? Yes, yes. Next period, I should sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls as soon as I step in the room. But I guess if I do that, it just proves I didn't learn anything here. Greg, will you please pass the snow down to Shelley? Why, certainly. Then the gnome said, Greg is a dork. That's actually pretty funny, by the way. Man, I don't know what is up with these girls because these days used to be a whole lot simpler back in elementary school. The deal is was if you were the fastest runner of the class and you got all the girls. In 5th grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McCoy. Nowadays, whole lot more complicated. Now it's bath kind clothes to have, where, how, which you are, if you have a cute butt or whatever. Like these. And kids like Ronnie McCoy are scratching their heads, wondering what the heck happened. Oh. Nowadays it's a whole lot more complicated. Now the most popular boy is Bryce Sanderson. Thing is, he really thinks that I have always been angel girl. Kids like Bryce have only gone around the last years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. But of course now, I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all the time. Like I said, Bryce is the most popular kid in our grade. So that leaves the rest of us guys gambling for other spots. Yes. Time I figure out somewhere around 2nd, 5th, or 3rd most popular this year. The good news is I'm about to move up one spot because Charlie James is above me. He's getting braced next week. I try to explain all the popularity stuff to my friend Riley. He's probably hovering right around the 150 mark, by the way. But I think it just goes in one ear and out the other with him. Other with him. Wednesday, Tuesday, we had phys. The first thing I got said was sneak off to the basketball court to see if cheese was still there. And sure enough, it was. By the way, this is a cheese touch. A piece of that cheese has been sitting on the blacktop since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something. After a couple of days, she started getting moldy. Nasty. Nobody would play basketball on the court where the cheese was, even though that was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one say, can nip that most, touch the cheese with fingers. And that's what started this thing called the cheese touch. Basically like the cooties, if you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it on to someone else. The only way to protect yourself is from the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. Yeah! And then I read this much. And then stop. If you don't want to hear me do it in regular. And then right now I'm gonna make this. Right now, if you want to hear me just reading it, keep listening. Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, because that's the server. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get one that didn't say diary on it. Great, all I need is for some jerk to catch me carrying this book around and get it the wrong way. The other thing I want to clear up right away is that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm going to write down my feelings in here or whatever, she's crazy. So just don't expect me to be all Dear Diary this and Dear Diary that. Hold on a minute. I had to do something. And next page. The only reason I agreed to do this all because I figure out when I'm rich and famous, I have better things to do than answer people's stupid questions all day long. So this book is gonna come in handy. Gregory, tell us all about your childhood. Were you always smart and handsome? Here's my journal. No, shoo. Like I said, I'll be famous one day. But for now, I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of morons. Let me just say that for the record, I think that middle school is the dumbest idea ever invented. You got kids like me who haven't had their growth spurt yet, mixed with these gorillas who need to shave twice a day. And then they wonder why bullying is such a big problem in school. If it was up to me, grade levels would be based on height, not age. But then again, I guess that would mean kids like Crag, Gupita, or whatever would still be in first grade. Today's the first day of school, and right now we're just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish the seating chart. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice. On the first day of school, you gotta be real careful where you sit. You walk into the classroom and just plunk your stuff down on any old desk, and the next thing you know, teacher's saying, I hope you all like where you're sitting, because these are your permanent seats. Ah! I'm sitting next to two morons here. So in class, I got stuck with Chris Horsey, or whatever. I said Horsey by accident, but it's Hosey. In front of me, and Lionel James in back of me. Jason Brill came in late and almost sat next to me. Sat to my right, but luckily I stopped that from happening at the last second. Is this seat taken? Yes! Next period, I should sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls as soon as I step in the room. But I guess if I do that, it just proves I didn't learn anything from last year. Greg, will you pass this note to Shelly? And the note says Greg is a dork. Why, certainly. God, I ran up to my friend's house. You never met Allie before. She lives in back. I never even talked about her. She's 5, and I ran up to give her a present. Oh God, I'm sick now. And on Christmas Eve too. And let's get into the story. Man, I don't know what is up with these girls these days. It used to be a whole lot simpler back in the elementary school. The deal was, if you were the fastest runner in your class, you got all the girls. And in 5th grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McCoy. Nowadays, it's a whole lot more complicated. Now it's about the kind of clothes you wear, how rich you are, if you have a cute butt or whatever. Like my cute butt. And kids like Ronnie McCoy are scratching their heads, wondering what the heck happened. The most popular boy in my grade is Bryce Anderson. The thing that really stinks is that I have always been into girls. Kids like Bryce have only come around in the last couple of years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. Bryce is pointing to 2 girls. Girls are stinky poos. And then another boy says, yeah. And then 2 girls are sitting there, just sad. And then Greg says, I don't think girls are stinky poos. But of course, now I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all the time. Like I said, Bryce is the most popular kid in our grade, so that leaves all the rest of the sky scrambling for other spots. The best I can figure is that I'm somewhere around 52nd or 53rd most popular this year. But the good news is I'm about to move up 1 spot because Charles Davis is above me. And he's getting braces next week. And that is all for now. I hope you comment down there, and subscribe up there. I will do more, and then if you subscribe, you will get an email from me. Just subscribe if you want to hear more. Bye!